This is the New York session stream, taken as part of our Road to Funded series. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you get anything of value, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell because we are live every weekday, Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. That's 12:30 p.m. Watt West African time. With that being said, let's get right into the charts. All right, good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. New month. So technically the first trade, well, no, not the first trading day of the month, but yesterday was a bank holiday, even though there was a bunch of movement though. Hello, Mr. Benjamin. How are you doing, sir? Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, so yesterday was a we did have quite a bit of volume. Actually, uncharacteristically had a gold didn't do much in terms of at least during the New York session, right? But GJ did move a little bit during New York, a little bit anyways. Yeah, which was uncharacteristic given it was Labor Day in the US, so it was a bank holiday, but we did still move decently, right? At least decently for a bank holiday anyways. But yeah, man, let's see what we can get. It's a new month, September rolling around. End of last month we took a pretty big loss, right? End of our final trade of the month last month, right? We took a decently sized loss, I would say, but you know, short-term memory, right? Short-term memory. We learn from the mistakes we made there and we move on, right? All right, let's see what GJ is saying here. All right, monthly on GJ. So the previous monthly candle, remember we were basically waiting for this whole candle to flip, but we never got that flip, right? So we just sort of stalled around these areas for the majority of that final part of the last month, right? So yeah, we came, basically we pushed all the way down here pretty early in the month, and then for the majority of the month we were just slowly making our way back up, right? But we never managed to actually flip on that candle. So now we ended up closing bearish. If we look to the left now, and why we were looking for this candle to flip, this previous monthly candle to flip, was to mirror this move to the left, right? So if you see how price on this monthly candle, you see where we rejected off of and then basically melted down. If you look to the left, you've made a similar rejection, right? You rejected off this level in the past, and look what happened. You came all the way down here, closed bearish, right? You closed bearish respecting this level here. And what did we do here on this monthly candle, right? You rejected off that level, came down, closed bearish respecting that same level. So if we were gonna mirror the exact same move, we were expecting to create, after creating that bottom wick, to eventually come up, close bullish or flip bullish, and then close somewhere above the ranges, right? Or above the level. If we look now, this previous monthly candle that just closed never actually flipped, right? Not only did we not flip, but we actually closed bearish respecting, right? So we closed bearish not respecting, below, right? We closed bearish below this level. So now what I'm thinking is, if we're closing bearish below that level now, most likely you're gonna come down here, even if it's gonna, or whether it's gonna be a long-term push down, I'm not sure yet, right? We're gonna have to wait for price to really show us its hand here, because you could have a situation, right? You could have the situation where you basically come down, tap into this level for a bottom wick, and then you start to push up, right? Or you could just start to melt down here, right? I mean, either or, whatever price is gonna do, we're gonna have to wait for more candles to print for us to really know definitively, right? But yeah, now the fact that we did close below this level, most likely, even if we are gonna push up here, we're most likely gonna still come down for a bottom wick, a steeper bottom wick, most likely towards these levels at 190.2, right? So we'll see what happens there. Looking at the current monthly candle, right? We opened up, we created this top wick took out the previous monthly high, right? Tapped into these levels as well, right? And this is a rejection level as well. So basically now we have a good enough top wick, right? If we were gonna start pushing down here, right, whether it's a long-term push down or a short-term push down, we have now created this top wick, and we have we basically have a green light to start pushing down here, right? So we have our top wick. So if we're gonna start seeing some bearish closures on the lower time frames, we can start taking those entries to the downside, right? So yeah, let's see. All right, weekly. If we look at the weekly time frame here, so that weekly candle closed bullish, or previous weekly rather closed bullish, but we closed bullish respecting still, right? We closed bullish respecting this level still. And look what happened the last time you closed bullish respecting this level. You drove down here, looking to the left again, looking at this instance here, you drove down temporarily towards this level here. Here you drove all the way down, right? You drove all the way down. I mean, you just kept on dropping here, but here you drove down to this level. Let me see. So I'd say this is your one instance. This is your one instance here where you just sort of kept on pushing up. All right, so what we're trying to, let me see. Okay, yeah, so what we're trying to do basically here is see the instances where the weekly candle has closed respected this this level that we currently closed respected, and see what price did, right? How price reacted after doing that. So if we look here, we drove all the way down. If we look here, we drove down temporarily, created a support here, then pushed up. Here we drove all the way down, feel the bottom of the range. Let's see, here we stopped here, right? We held support over here. Let's see, where else? Okay, so I mean that's pretty much it, right? So now that we've closed respecting this level again, right? Now that we've closed respecting this level again, if we're taking the median of these ranges, that means I'm expecting my bottom wick somewhere around here, right? I'm expecting my bottom wick somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here minimum, right? And if we look to the monthly, right, if we go back to the monthly time frame, you'll see that that level, it sort of lines up almost perfectly with our monthly level here, right? So if we're gonna, even if we're gonna start pushing up here, most likely we're gonna see that bottom wick towards that level. I mean, right now this is how many pips? I mean, it's a decent amount of pips. I mean, we'll see how price forms, right? Once we start getting those lower time frame closures, we should be good to start driving down or start taking those positions to the downside. But yeah, we'll see, because this might not be a long-term push down, right? Even if we do come down here, we might just tap into this level and then continue to push back up, right? But the thing is, now, I mean, if you look here as well, I mean, this is the level, right? This is the monthly level, right? So yeah, this is the monthly level. And if you can see here, we basically tapped around those areas, right? We tapped around those areas here in the past, drove down. Same thing happened here. Now we've tapped into those areas in the past, or we've tapped into that area currently, and now we're expecting to create that steeper bottom wick before pushing up, or before or we're just gonna continue pushing down, right? One of the two, but we'll see. All right, let's move on to the daily time frame here. So the daily time frame, so this is your monthly level over here, which lines up nicely with this level, right? This daily level. I think is this the monthly as well, or the weekly? Okay, this is a weekly level. Yeah, this is the weekly level. This one right here is a weekly level. So on the daily, doesn't really line up with, it doesn't line up exactly, but you could say it's this, right? You could say it's, or you could say it's this, right? Yeah, you could say it's this. Yeah, boom. See, you have a level there, so this is the same level. All right, so we'll say these are our levels for now, and then push this up here for the daily. Yeah, so this is looking like our levels, right? So this previous daily closed bullish, right? We closed bullish, but respecting this major rejection, right? Major rejection area. So that just adds to our you know, to our analysis here, that we're most likely going to create a steeper bottom wick before we drive up, right? So I mean, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're currently hanging around this minor support on the daily here, right? So we might continue to push up from here. We don't know, but I am thinking that we're gonna see a steeper bottom wick. But again, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see how price wants to form here. But the daily is looking more bullish than anything, right? I mean, if we never, you know, if we never tapped into this rejection area, right, I would say we're most likely gonna start, you know, pushing up now. But since we've already tapped into this rejection area, I think before we start, you know, pushing up, we're gonna need to come down, grab some more liquidity before we can really break through that level, if we're gonna drive up, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on to the 4 hour real quick. Move on to the 4 here. So London session was pretty busy here. London session was pretty busy. So let's see. So you have a level there, right? You got a level, you got a level here, right? Cool. You got a level here as well. Well, I'll extend that up to here. All right, so yeah, the 4 hour, I mean, the previous 4 hour closed bearish, but respecting this support. And I believe this support is the same one as, okay, no, it's not. Oh, it's not. Daily 4. So is this a, you could argue that this is a level on the daily. You could argue that, but not exactly. Yeah, I guess right here, huh? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could argue that this is a minor level on the daily. So we tapped into that level, and we did reject off of that level. So it's possible we continue to push up here without coming down further. But again, we'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, at this point, I would need a convincing closure above 192 before I start considering the buys here, right? I'd really need a convincing closure above 192. Yeah, because I mean, even though this daily did close bullish, right? If I am still expecting that steeper bottom wick, right? Then I mean, we're gonna drive down, right? I mean, keep in mind as well, this weekly already made this top wick, and now we flipped, right? With this bullish, with this previous weekly candle still respecting this resistance. So all of these things you need to keep in mind, right? All these things you need to keep in mind. So you're trying to create a bigger picture, right? So even if the individual time frames are saying, you know, different things, you want to sort of relate them to each other, right? So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But this previous 4 hour did close bearish, respecting. Now we're coming up. Potentially this could just be a top wick, and by the time this 4 hour closes, we're down here, right? This could all flip, and then you close bearish, and then you continue to drive down towards your towards creating that steeper bottom wick, right? So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, so you got that level there. Let's see, what are your levels over here? Okay, so the levels are very they're really inconsistent around these areas. I'm not a fan of these levels, to be honest. I don't like being around these areas. I'm not a fan of these levels at all. Or it could be just that, you know, this is my first time looking at the charts. Well, I looked at the charts in Asian session, right? I was here during Asian session. I did briefly look at the charts, but yeah, I mean, technically I haven't had a full breakdown until since last week. So, you know, we could just be a little slow here, right? And getting and seeing the potential looks, but you know, such is the name of the game. That's the name of the game. We'll sharpen up here as time goes. We'll sharpen up. But yeah, I mean, pretty much I'd say these are your levels, right? These are your levels on the 4. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you could go back here and push this up a little bit right there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of when our levels start looking like this, our ranges start looking like this. I'm not a fan, right? Not the biggest fan, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this looks like maybe that's the overall level. And then you got a level right here. Okay. All right, let's see what happens though. You are pushing up pretty heavily here, pretty convincingly too. You are pushing up. Yeah, let's see what happens though. Let's see what happens. Daily 4 hour pushing up. All right, moving on to the hourly here. Moving on to the hourly. So where's the hourly level? So we got our level over here. So that's the 192, right? Yeah, so that's the 192 level there, which is, let me see, what was that? Was that on the 4? Yeah, that's the 4 hour level as well. That's 192. It's hourly. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. We'll see how this closes. Potentially we might have a buy once we close above, right? There's potential there, but you know, nothing yeah, nothing definitive. Nothing definitive. So technically you could stretch this up here. Yeah, it could just be because this is, you know, we might be a little bit slow in recognizing our levels here this morning, but I'm not a fan of these levels. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of these levels, because once you have different levels sort of in such close order, you know, like you have a level where you have like you have a level here, and then you have another level here, and then if you look, you know, a little bit more left, you have a level here. I'm not too much of a fan of those, you know. You want to have like a clean range to really play with, right? You want to be playing within a clean range. Let's see. Okay. All right, so I mean, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. But just based off of what we can see here, this would be our levels, right? Let me just get rid of this. Okay. I'd say sales below here, right? Most likely sales below there. And yeah, this is what our levels are looking like right now. We'll see what happens. See, boom. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm not a fan of all these levels. I'm not gonna lie. I think your cleanest break here would be a closure above 192.2 on, say, the 4, right? A closure above 192.2 on the 4 hourly, or on the 4 hour time, or well, 192.4, I'd say. Yeah, a closure above 192.4 around here would be the best closure, I think. So let me see, what is that on the hourly? Does that line up? Yeah, so a closure above 192.4 would be nice here on GJ to take the buys. And to be honest, in terms of buys, I don't think I would be taking any buys until we, you know, break above that level, just because there are a bunch of ranges here. I mean, this looks clean, but once you start pushing back here, you see what this range looks like here. I'm not a fan, right? You see how we have all this wicks within this range. I'm not a fan of that, right? So yeah, we'll see. But I think a closure above 192.4 here would be good for the buys, especially if we can get that on the 4 hour, right? We can get that on the 4 hour, then yeah, we should be good for some buys with that. We'll see though. We will see. Which strategy? Price action. Just price action. Purely price action. Just reading the candles. But yeah, let's see. We'll see what happens here. So 30-minute, sort out 30 minutes looking like pretty straightforward on the 30. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see what happens. Let's see what occurs. Let's see what occurs here. Let's see what occurs. All right, so those are our levels. Those are our levels. Those are our levels. Now we just have to wait for price to print. I think I'll switch to this one. I mean, yeah, if you find the value in it, if you understand it, you see the value in it, then why not, right? I'm curious, what's your current strategy? What would you be switching from, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, so let's see how price prints here. Let's see how we print on price. Let's see how we print on price. SMC, I mean, to be honest with you, man, SMC is, I mean, it's like price action adjacent, right? It has a lot of, its foundation is in price action, right? I mean, I know you guys have like the, you know, the fair value gap and all of that, but all those terminologies are just, they're based off of, you know, price moving a certain way, right? They're based off of price action, right? Liquidity, you know, price coming to grab liquidity, all of that, it's all baked into SMC. It's just different terminology, right? So I'd say if you're already, you know, if you're far along with SMC, right, you shouldn't just jump between strategies, right? Just because, you know, I mean, if you've been using SMC for a while and, you know, you're not really clicking with it, you know, or it doesn't make much sense to you, then yeah, sure, you can jump off that wagon, right? Find something else. But you want to give the strategy, whatever strategy you know you're learning or you're trying to pick up on, you want to give it ample time to really sink in, right? You don't want to just jump from one strategy to the other, right? Because then you're sort of setting back that learning curve. Because fact is, all strategies, or most strategies, if it's profitable, it's profitable. And I mean, SMC is profitable, right? So you want to give it time before you decide to really jump off. But I think SMC and price action, like just general price action, are pretty much the same. To be honest, I think they're pretty much the same. Yes, sir. All right, let's see what happens here, though. Let's see what happens here. So we're currently pushing up. You're very welcome, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. We're currently pushing up. Yeah, so this monthly, so we created that top wick, flipped, pushed down, weekly flip. Now we're flipping back bullish again. Okay, daily is back here. So did we just make a bottom wick for this daily to drive up? That's a possibility as well. We'll see. We're currently approaching that daily level, which is also the 4-hour level, 192.4. Okay, so what we might get here, we might see price come up here, tap 192.4 and continue to push down. We might see that happen here, but yeah, again, nothing really, we don't really have anything yet until we see some closures here. Let's see, 2.4, 4 hours, hourly. So this level is what? Yeah, we're slowly making our way up here, though. We're just trickling our way up. And it's possible we take those buys. It is possible that we will take those buys if this hourly closes. I mean, this hourly closes in about 5 minutes. So if we close above, yeah, if we close above 192 here, it is possible that we might take those buys, but we'll see. Yeah, so now we just tapped into this 4-hour level. We might start rejecting, or we might continue to push towards the daily level at 192.4. right, let's see. Now we just wait. So we'll do the gold breakdown in about 4 minutes here. We'll wait for this hourly. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, damn. Gold is doing something. Oh, that would have been a nice move. Yeah, so this gold, I was looking at gold yesterday, right, during Asian session. So I was actually looking for this move yesterday during Asian session, but it never came. But it just happened right now, right? So I mean, that just happened. Would I have had it? I wouldn't have had an entry regardless, so doesn't really matter much. I don't know why we just drove down like this. I mean, we came down, no bottom wick here. This 15 has no top wick either. Interesting. Is there news? Let's see. Let me see if there's news. Monday. So today is the 3rd, right? So we have news at 9:45. Okay, so we got late news today. Relatively late anyways. So we got news at 9:45 and 10. 9:45 and 10. So really we got news at 10. All right. I mean, hopefully we can get a position before then. That would be nice. But yeah. Yo, gold is just dropping right now. Yeah, you escaped that. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know why we're dropping like this. I mean, what this could be, so this is basically the move I was waiting for during Asian session, right? But we never got that I never got that entry. So this could just be playing out, right? That move could just be playing out right now. That could be what this is, and then we'll just sort of start to chill, right? As soon as we tap into this level, we might just start to chill until, you know, until news, which is the 4-hour level. Right, so we might tap into this level, maybe start rejecting, maybe we start chilling, right? Maybe we start doing a little bit of consolidation before news. We'll see. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens with gold. I'm not gonna do the analysis yet though. Let me see how this GJ wants to close. Let me see what GJ wants to do here. And you know what I've been noticing with GJ? Well, it's not recently. I've been noticing it for a while. Like GJ will close. How do I say? Like it'll set up a move. It'll start to set up a move that looks like it's gonna take off. Say like with the 4-hour closure, right? But it'll play out I'm not communicating. I don't know how to communicate what I'm trying to say very well. Let me use a specific example. So yesterday, right? Where is that at? Was it this one? Oh yeah, there was a move up here, right? There was a move up here yesterday. All right. So this was the level here. So you sort of had a fake out on the 4-hour, right? But the way price was moving on the lower time frames and the way we were closing, it was sort of showing you that, like it was sort of saying that we should wait for for the 4-hour to close before we take the move. But then the move just happened before the 4-hour close, right? I'm just yapping here, but that's just something I noticed, or I've been noticing. So once I get some concrete evidence, we might just start incorporating that into our strategy. All right, so the hourly just closed. I mean, we closed respecting. We closed around this 4-hour level as well. So we closed respecting. We closed respecting the hourly level, the 30-minute level as well. Okay. So I mean, no entries yet. No entries yet. Pretty straightforward there. No entries yet. But let's see. We'll see how this forms though. We still have no bottom wick on this hourly, so we might start to push up here. Let me see. 9214 for daily. That would be the flip. Okay. I mean, if we start pushing up here without a bottom wick, towards 192.4, I might consider taking the wick entry for the sells. Yeah, it also matters how we do it too. You want to sort of see a big push up. You don't want to sort of trickle your way up here, right? You don't want to see something like this, right? You don't want to see something like that. You want to see something like boom. You want to just push straight up to here. If we do that with no bottom wick, I'll potentially take a sell right here to come back to the downside to create that bottom wick. But it looks like we're about to flip. All right, so that's that idea gone. Coolio. So yeah, we'll see. Most likely we're not getting a trade until that 4-hour close. If we can, we will, but does not look like it's yet. Does not look like it quite yet. See the 30. 30 level here. All right, cool. Let's see what happens. The only early trade I can really pinpoint right now before the before the 4-hour close would be these sells. So if we start pushing down here, we close below here, right? Create a top wick towards here, and then we could probably take those sells on the flip to drive down. And this is a, how many pips? It's a decent range here. It's about a 10-20 pip range. It's not terrible. Yeah, so we'll see how price forms there. We'll see how those candles form. All right, let's look at gold. Yeah, gold doing a madness, huh? Gold doing a madness. So we did close below here. We actually did close below, and we might drive down. All right, let's do a quick analysis, and maybe we might catch this move. If we miss the move, we miss it. I'm not gonna, not gonna FOMO in for that one. We're just gonna miss it. Yeah, but I mean, if you don't want to wait for the analysis, if you don't want to wait for my analysis anyways, just pay attention to this hourly on gold. All right, pay attention to that hourly on gold, because if you take out those lows, you might drive and feel the rest of that wick. You might feel that wick to the left, because you did close. Oh, did you close below? Not really. Yeah, you closed below barely, right? You barely closed below, just barely. So yeah, if you take out these lows, high chance, very high chance you're gonna drive here and feel the rest of this wick to the left. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it though, because I haven't done my analysis. So if we miss the move, we miss the move. That's just in case you guys wanted to, skip ahead, analyze for yourselves. All right, cool. So looking at the monthly here, pretty straightforward on gold, right? Previous monthly closed bullish here, all-time highs. We're in uncharted territory, so to speak. This current candle, or current monthly candle, opened with a top wick, or not much of a top wick, but we do have a top wick, and then we're driving down, right? So I mean, even if we're gonna continue pushing up here, you're most likely expecting that we're gonna tap into these levels at some point. That doesn't mean today we're gonna sell off, right? We might even just start pushing up, and then, right, we might take out these highs first and then come down for a steeper bottom wick on this monthly. We don't know yet, right? But I do think before we drive, well, maybe not before, but I do think at some point you're gonna create a actually, yeah, we don't know where that bottom wick is gonna be, because really this level, I only have this level because we rejected off of it in the past, and then we respect it here. So we might come back and tap this level, or we might not, right? We don't know, right? So we'll see. But most likely we will come down for a steeper bottom wick here. Whether it's gonna be to actually to this level, we don't know, right? So we'll see. All right, previous weekly close bearish. Yeah, previous weekly close bearish. So now you have a potential ceiling here, right? A potential resistance here on the weekly. It's not really confirmed, right? This level here wouldn't really be confirmed until we have this bearish closure now, right? This of the current weekly candle, right? Once this current weekly candle closes bearish, then that really solidifies this as a resistance level. Yeah, but yeah, we are coming down here. We are still to the downside. Previous weekly close bearish. You have a top wick. That top wick didn't tap 25.10, but I mean, it doesn't really need to, right? So you might just continue pushing down here. So normally what this would be, right, if this was like a formation on the lower time frame, what I would be looking for here would be for this candle to create a bottom wick at the bottom of the range, right? So now it's just a matter of where do you want to consider the bottom of the range, right here, right? Or do you want to consider this wick fill, right? So I mean, we could either just come here to fill this wick to the left, right, tap into this level, then continue to push up, or we might come all the way down here and then continue to push up. We'll see. We'll see. Not really something I can comment on yet, because yeah, price needs to tell us what he wants to do here. All right, moving on to the daily close bearish. You've pretty much already made this move. So if we never tapped into this level, I would basically be looking for a top wick to drive down and fill the rest of this range, but you've done that already, so we might actually start pushing up here. We'll see. We might start pushing up, we'll see. But I think your buys don't really come until you see a clean closure above 2503.7 on the lower time frames, right? So yeah, let's see. Yeah, like you're saying, we are still in some pretty premium, well, I don't know, is premium like a SMC term, or you just mean that generally? Because yeah, I mean, my bias is towards the sells right now. I would agree with you on that one. I am biased towards the sells right now, but we have tapped. So I'm biased towards the sells, but we have basically played out this move here, right? We have filled this range now. And we have tapped into this 4-hour level. That's the daily level as well. So, you know, we might just start pushing up here. We might just start pushing up. So you want to keep that in mind. But yeah, buys don't really come until, so basically until this 4-hour candle flips. Yeah, we don't really get any buys until this 4-hour candle flips. Then we can start cooking with some buys. But for now, things are looking very bearish. Very bearish. Okay, it's a 4 there. 4 right there. Alright. Let's see how this plays out here. Yeah. I mean, your levels are pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of and as I say that, I'm starting to see some not so straightforward levels here. Okay, below everything here would be this. See this, the hourly. Okay, there. I'll do this. All right, coolio. So these are my levels. These are the levels I am currently looking at. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of the buys, really you want this 4-hour candle to flip before you even start considering buys, or before I start considering buys, I'm gonna have to, this 4-hour candle is really gonna have to flip and close bullish. Either that or we close respecting and then we have an hourly closure, right? So if you can close respecting this support right here, right, we close respecting this support, maybe the next 4-hour candle makes a bottom wick, then we close bullish above, right? Maybe above here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe above. Let me see. Yeah, maybe above here. Yeah, you really want to clear these ranges. I'm not a fan of taking buys inside this range, to be honest. Yeah, it'll probably have to be an hourly closure above 25.08, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Let's see that one right here. Okay, boom. All right, so let's see what happens. Now we wait. GJ, so GJ flipped back bullish. So the monthly is in limbo right now. There's a little tug of war going on with the monthly and the weekly. All right, we're flipping bullish, flipping bearish, flipping bullish, flipping bearish. We're just chilling. So let's see who's gonna win. Who's gonna win the tug of war? The buyers or the sellers? All right, gold pushing up. Monthly. Yeah, bearish closure below here would be nice. All right, you close bearish below there, create a top wick, you should be good to fill at least the rest of this range to the downside. And you never quite tapped, well, yeah, I wanted to say you never quite tapped this level here, but it's more of a range than a specific price point, right? It's more of a range. So as long as you're around those areas, that's all that matters. So we'll see what happens. Man. Closure below here though, that would be nice. If we can start flipping here on this 30, we close below here, I'll probably take those sells early. Probably take those sells before we close on the 4. Yep. All right, cool. Let's see. Next closer is a 15. Let's see how this 15-minute closes. Let us see how this 15-minute closes. I doubt we're gonna get anything off this 15. We are pushing up here though. Yeah, we're pushing up here pretty heavy. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I don't know where this volume is coming in from. Is there, I mean, there's news at 9 and 10. Wow, I don't know what's going on. Let's see, maybe the dollar, what's the dollar index saying? I mean, the dollar index isn't really, okay, I guess we are moving pretty, yeah. Well, no, not really. We're not moving it. It's nothing crazy on the index. This isn't really anything crazy, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know why gold, we might have just come up just to grab liquidity. You see how quickly we pushed up there? That's a possible sign that we're just coming up here to grab some liquidity, and then we're gonna start pushing back down, right? But we'll see. After the break, should we wait for retest? On what? Break of what? For which one? I mean, yeah, most times you do. Yeah, most times you should wait for a retest, right? Most times you should wait for a retest, but so think of it like this, right? Once you have a clean break above or below a level, once you have that clean break, especially on your higher time frames, hourly 4, waiting for that pullback or for that retest, it becomes, well, you should always wait for like you know, like a top wick or a bottom wick, right? Depending on what direction you're going, you should always wait for that. Actually, give me 1 second, I'll continue that in a sec. So this 15 just closed. Let me see, GJ 15 didn't really, yeah, that's not really saying anything. We're just chilling, we're just hanging around. See gold, so gold 15 closed. Did we close above? Sort of. We just closed, not really. Nah, we closed right just at the level. Yeah, we closed right at the level. If above, only by a little bit, right? If we closed above here, only by a little bit, and you still have this level to worry about up here. So I mean, I wasn't gonna take this regardless. I wasn't gonna take those buys regardless, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, let's see what happens though. If that 30 flips, yeah, I mean, there is a world where we could take that 30 flip or the break of the lows on the 30, but you did close respecting this level, right? That's the only issue. Yeah, gold is moving a little bit crazier than usual. I don't know what was going on there, but it might just be liquidity. That might just be a play for liquidity, because like I said, right, I was waiting for this push down basically all of Asian session yesterday, but you know, I never got the entries for it, so it might just be playing out on that move. That move might just be playing out now, and yeah, it might be expediting the move, right? So basically we came down quick, so now we need to come up quick to grab liquidity and then continue to push down, right? So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I'm really not sure. So I like to make a story out of the candles, right? If you can basically see the story that price is trying to tell, you can follow along and jump in, you know, when it's most opportune. Yeah, so right now I'm not really sure what's going on, but we'll see. If we do end up flipping on this 30, very high chance we take out these lows on the 30. That's the hourly as well, right? Yeah, so there's a very high chance here that if you take out these lows on the hourly, you are gonna drive down. Hold up 1 second. So there's a high chance you take out these lows, you drive down, fill this range. So 30 pip, it's about a 30 pip vantage point. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible vantage point. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'd prefer the 30, man. I don't want to take the flip. I would really prefer if we closed, yeah, if we closed on this 30 below. Yeah, we close on that 30 below and I'll take those sells, but right now I'm not really willing to take the flip. Yeah, because you did close respecting this level, so you could continue pushing up here. So yeah, let's see what happens though. Let's see how that 30-minute closes in about 10 minutes. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, the break, whether we need a retest, right? So you should always, you know, wait for like a top wick or a bottom wick. You should always wait for that. It's just a matter of, so let's say we closed below here, right? Let's say we close, so this 30 now is forming, it's about to close in 10 minutes. Let's say we close below here. What I would be looking for, right, ideally in an ideal world, I would be looking for a top wick towards this level here, right? I mean, there are two places where, you know, we could potentially look for top wicks, right? We could look for a top wick to here, or we look for a top wick to here, right? If we wait for the top wick towards this the hourly level up here, I mean, if you look to the left here, you made your wick is over here, right? So if we look to the left here, you made a wick over here before you really drove down, right? Yeah, so you made your wick over there before you really drove down. So if we do close below here, I would either wait for a top wick here or here, right? If you're waiting for that top wick up here, you have how do I say, your position is safer, right? Because if you're making that top wick over here, you basically have an instance in the past that you can look towards, right? You can look towards this instance in the past and be like, okay, we've closed bearish below, we've come up, created that top wick. If we did the exact same thing in the past, then what happened, right? We drove down to this level minimum. So now you have a potential vantage point, right? But at the same time, price might not come all the way up here, right? Price might just come up here, reject, and then push down. So now if you're waiting for that top wick to be over here, you're basically gonna miss the move, right? You're gonna miss the move, and price is just gonna come down, take that range, tap into this level, and then boom, the move is done. Right now you have to wait for something else, right? So a lot of times you just have to weigh the scales, right? You have to be like, okay, am I more willing to miss this trade but have a better position, right? Have a more more sure position, right? Or am I willing to potentially see some drawdown, right? Am I willing to potentially see some drawdown, right? But be in the trade, right? Because if you take that position with only the top wick over here, you might start seeing price, push up, right? You say you take the position after you flip here. So you tap into this level, you flip, right? You tap into this level, you flip, you take the position. Price might not just drive down. Price might still come up here eventually to create that steeper top wick and then drive down, right? So if you're willing to sit through this drawdown over here, right? If you're willing to sit on your hands while you're in the negative, I mean, then you can take the position. So it's all a matter of what you're willing to endure, I guess you would say. I'm not sure if that was clear, but I hope so. Mandem, he deleted the message. I go revoke your privileges. You don't need to undo it. I will just revoke your privileges, innit? Crazy guy, this guy. I don't know, sir. I don't know. No, I did joke. I think it's calm. It's calm, bruv. It's calm. How far now? How your trades? Yeah, no problem, my brother. No problem. I'm just yapping. For the most part, I'm just yapping, but hopefully we can get a position here, and you'll see you can see the things I'm saying in at play. All right, GJ pushing up. Okay, you've left good on what indices? You moved to the indices or what? Or just like like currency pairs, GJ them? Yeah, they trade GU, man. I think I remember I say they trade GU. Okay, I was about to say, bruh. Say you skipped a step, dog. Say. Gotcha. Yeah, man, because gold is a very I mean, last is price action, right? It's all price action, but gold is very technical, isn't it? Yeah, gold is very technical. I mean, a lot of things on gold, right? Like, I mean, right now, this whole move we just made up here, right? It's very easy to look at this and be like, okay, this is random, right? Like, this is just a random move. But once you draw up your levels, you'll see that, okay, we're rejecting the level, right? So if we are gonna come down for more, if we are gonna push down, we're most likely gonna come up and grab liquidity, right? So then you start looking at, you know, potentially where you might grab liquidity. It would be these areas, right? So if you're gonna drive down here, most likely you would come up here, right? I mean, if you look to the left, when is the last time that we've driven down past this range, right? Or past this level, this 2488 level? If you look to the left, when is the last time we drove past that? It's down here, right? This candle, well, I mean, it's sort of two candles. We sort of pushed through it, right? It was a continuation of the move, but where did we reject off of before we pushed, you know, past this level? It's right here, right? So now we came up, created that top wick. Not only did we tap into these levels, but now we've taken out the previous hourly high as well, right? So we'll see what happens. We might actually see price push up again. We might actually see 2504, but let us see. Let us see. Hopefully we can get a move here. I don't want to be, so I'm gonna put a new rule. So if I'm trading Asian session, I'm not taking any trades past 10 p.m. because, you know, after last month, you know, I went back, I looked at the journal, and I noticed I was taking, well, not a lot of L's, but a lot of my, well, a good percentage of the L's I took were past 10 p.m. for Asian session. And I mean, for New York, I mean, I don't really take trades past 11 already. And by 10, if the move isn't already set up by 10, I usually just leave it. So yeah, time is important as well, because time dictates volume. A lot of, yeah, time tends to dictate volume. So you want to only be in there on high volume times. You don't want to just sit around in drawdown or something. All right, let's see. Okay. KKK. Yeah. Not, I'll say KK. Chill out. I mean, okay. Okay, crazy. All right, let's see. So that GJ pushing up here. I'm curious to see though, if this 30 opened up. So say we close like this on this 30. Let me see, how's the 15 look like? Same thing, right? Okay. Yeah, drawdown sucks, but to be honest, it's one of the things you risk, right? Just getting into a position. Once you get into a position, you're risking drawdown, right? So it's a part of the game. It's part of the game. That's why you want to know every single part of what you're gonna do to, you know, manage a position before you even in the position. You know, I say that, but even I make that, I say even I, like I'm like a guru or some shit, but like I still make that mistake, right? I still make that mistake, and we saw that on our last trade last month. The L we took was, I mean, hey, y'all, you can go see it for yourself, but that L we took could have been 100% avoided, but, you know, FOMO, you know, we didn't stick to the strategy. They let emotions play a part. But yeah, man, drawdown is part of the game, so you just have to keep that in mind. As long as your strategy says stay in the position, you stay in there, right? If your strategy says manage, you manage. And yeah, you stick to the books. You want to be as robotic as possible, which is something I'm still trying to learn. But you know, you'll get to a point where you think you've got it. Okay, let me start yapping. 30 minutes about to close. Okay, 30-minute close in GJ gold as well. All right, so we didn't flip on the 30 on gold, right? 30 didn't flip, and we're technically still above these ranges here. So I don't have any entries yet, or maybe I'm just missing an entry. I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, nothing is. So we're about to flip there. Yeah, so I don't have any entries on gold just yet, because we could just come down here, make a bottom wick here, continue to push up, fill that, and then we fill this wick to the left. That is a possibility here. Came all the way here. Yeah, that one even came for it. Yeah, I don't have any positions here. I got nothing. Because what you could see here, you could drive down, tap this level, fill this wick, tap here, then come down, right? So you could see something like this happen here, but we'll see. We will see. So yeah, most likely I'm gonna wait for a 4-hour closure on gold. If we miss something, I mean, we can't really miss what we don't see, right? And right now I'm not seeing anything, so it is what it is. All right, GJ on the other hand, so this 30 close bullish, still respecting, right? Still respecting. Yeah, I think that 192.4 wants to get tapped. Okay. So I mean, depending on the time frame you're looking at, right, things do look, you know, so the different time frames are leaning, you know, heavier towards one side. So the weekly is leaning heavier towards the sells, because you sort of have, I mean, you have this formation. You are expecting, well, overall bullish, but you are expecting to see a steeper bottom wick though. You are expecting to see that steeper bottom wick on the weekly. The daily sort of looks like you've made that bottom wick. You might start pushing up now. Yeah, I mean, I do think we're gonna see a steeper bottom wick here, man, but we'll see, because just looking left on this daily as well, right? See, this last time you sort of have a similar formation here, right? You have a closure respecting, so three key candles here. Here you have a closure bullish respecting this level. Here you have a closure bullish respecting. You have this bullish closure up, right? Respecting this level. You have this bullish closure up, respecting this level. What happened on that next candle? You came down and you tapped, and you respected the level, but you continued pushing down, and you only started coming back up until once you tapped into this level here, right? So I mean, if we're gonna mirror this move, like the overall move here, right, it doesn't have to be bar for bar, right? It doesn't have to be bar for bar, but the overall move should be the same, right? If we're gonna mirror, right? If we're gonna mirror. So at this point, what you would be looking for would be a bottom wick over here, right? You'd be looking for that steeper bottom wick before you start pushing up, right? But if you, I mean, you're coming up right now. If you end up tapping 192.4, rejecting 192.4, have a bearish closure below. Let me see, what is that on the yeah, let's see what happens here. You might continue pushing up here towards that level, 192.4. I think 192.4 is a key area, is a key level here. Once you tap if you tap 192.4, I think price is gonna start moving in whatever direction it wants to move for the day, at least before news comes out. We'll see what happens. Right now, nothing noteworthy per se. So gold just flipped on that 30. Are we gonna drive down, or is this gonna be a bottom wick? Let's see. That hourly does look pretty tempting to drive down though. Apologies. Yeah, that hourly does look tempting to drive down. All right, let's see. So hopefully this month we're gonna be a little bit more consistent with the streams, hopefully, because you know, I was doing a little bit of work in the mornings that was taking up my morning, so you know, hopefully I'll be done with that this week, and you know, for the remainder of the month we can really lock in, at least for the New York session. So last month our let me see, just to give you all the complete stats from last month, because you know I didn't take as many trades on stream because I wasn't really on stream like that. The stream was a little bit sporadic, but yeah. So last month, so for this account, let me show you guys the journal. Yeah, so for this account, yeah, so for this account, for the 5K account, last month we had about a 73% win rate. 73% win rate off of 42 trades taken, right? And I know you're asking yourself a question, right? If we had that high win rate, right, how are we still negative, right? So this is carried over. So this is phase 1 and phase 2, right? So that loss was in phase 2. So a lot of that win rate takes into account phase 1 as well, right? So in phase 1 we already passed that one, right? So yeah, that's why that's like that. But yeah, let's see what going though. Let's see what going. All right, so 30-minute. So we came down, create that bottom wick. So we might just push up here, fill this wick to the left. And if you're, I mean, another question you might ask, right? If we know certain things, quote unquote, know certain things, right? Like right now, right? I just said, okay, for most likely, or not most likely, but I did just say that we could come down here, create this bottom wick, flip and drive up, right? Why are we not taking that? Because it looks like that's what's about to happen, right? So why are we not taking that? Because it's not an entry, right? It's not an entry. It's just what price looks like it wants to do. So I've looked at gold enough to sort of notice certain things, right? So you can notice if, because at the end of the day, the price is just, I'm just yapping here, by the way. I'm just yapping. Yeah, if y'all don't want me to yap, you gotta ask me questions, man. Yeah, I mean, or talk, say something in the chat, you know what I mean? I'm just yapping, dog. I'm just yapping. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, you gotta entertain yourself. It's a big reason why it's beneficial to stream, both for myself and, you know, other people, because once you're trading, you're just looking at the charts for like 2-3 hours, man. It's just like you go crazy, bro. Go absolutely mental. Colo mental. I forgot what I was saying before, to be honest, but if you forgot it, it probably wasn't important. So yeah. So let's see. So right now it's a waiting game. Nothing much going on to comment on like that. Nothing much going on. Yeah, y'all go check out my boy Ruckus edits though. If y'all big on you know, anime content, go check out my boy Ruckus edits. He up next. You want to be one of the first few subscribers to his channel, cause hey, when he up there, you know what I mean, when he up there and he's you know, giving that honorable mention speech, only the day ones, you know what I mean, only the day ones gonna get that exclusive merch. So hey, tap in while you can before the ship takes off. That's all I'm saying. I already got my ticket. Tap in. All right, let's see. 5 minutes. 5 minutes for a 15 closure. Let's see. Yeah, most likely not gonna take any position. At least not right now. You know what the perfect move would be here? Let me see. So this 15 about to close in 5 minutes. If we can close below here on GJ on this 15. Let me see. 4 hours where? Damn. Where do we need to flip on this? 191.2. Why did this just get? my daily drawdown plan. What do you mean by that, bro? My daily drawdown plan? Like, what do you mean? Like how much percent before I stop trading or something for the day? Is that what you mean? Like how much percent am I gonna be in drawdown before I stop trading? Is that what you mean? Or how to manage drawdown? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So like when I take a position, at least for this because I am on a prop firm challenge, right? So I mean, when you're trading, you shouldn't really have a goal, quote unquote, in mind. You should just be taking your trades based off of, you know, off your strategy. But technically I have a goal because I am taking a challenge. So what I aim for, and with, you know, with the challenge, you can't lose more than, what is it, 5%? Yeah, you can't lose more than 5% a day, right? So this is the challenge right here. You can see we took that big loss, so we're pretty close to hitting targets, and we took that big loss, unfortunately, but we'll make it back. So yeah, so you can't lose more than 5% a day on the challenge. So I basically risk the full 5% on my positions. I just risk the full 5%, and yeah, if I hit full stops, then I can't even take another position for the day. So that's it for me. But I basically risk, so if I take an L, I'll stop, right? So even if the L doesn't hit full stops, I'll just not trade for the rest of the session, right? I might trade for the next session, but I won't trade for that session again, usually, right? But you know, most times I'm taking like 1 to 2 trades a day tops, whether even if I'm winning or losing, most times 1 to 2 trades tops. Yeah, in terms of how much I allow myself to go into drawdown is just based off of the cap, the 5% cap, right? And most times I don't really hit that 5% most times, but you know, there are the cases like that last trade, though. There are those cases. But if I was just trading like my normal account, I mean, I wouldn't be risking more than, yeah, I wouldn't be risking more than 3% per trade. So yeah, I would say 3% would be my, yeah, if I hit 3% loss in a day, I'll just stop trading, right? Yeah, I'll stop trading, just wait for the next day type shit. It's good to have that, you know, like well, let me not go too much on a tangent with that one. But like once we get an account, I do think, you know, I'll sort of have those upper and lower limits, I think, right? Like once we get funded, we will have those, or I will have that upper lower limit. So say I get to, if I get 10%, I'll just stop trading for the month, right? So if I get to 10% profit on the month, I'll just stop. Like if I got 10% profit off of one trade on the first day of the month, I'll not trade that account at all for the rest of the month. I will just leave that until I withdraw that money, or withdraw, you know, whatever, my profits. I won't even touch that account, because really there's no need, right? Because I got my 10% already. Why continue to risk, you know? I continue to risk that. I'll just trade another account, right? Trade like my personal account or something. But yeah, I mean, the lower limit, well, I guess there can't really be a lower limit. It's just more yeah, with the lower limit, it's more, you know, I'm risking 3% until I'm 2% in drawdown, right? And then once I'm below 2% in drawdown, I'm only risking 1%, that type of thing, right? But I mean, if you're gonna crawl your way out of the red, you still have to take trades, right? So you can't just not take trades once you're in drawdown. So all right, so this 15 just closed. Okay, so we closed respecting that level support on GJ. Yeah, this 192 seems like it's holding pretty nicely here. But you know, if I know GJ, this, you see how we have about 14 minutes left for this 4 hour to close. If I know GJ, man, those few minutes, those last minutes, few minutes before the 4 hour close, it does some madness. Not madness, but it tends to move. Yeah, it tends to how do I say, like, sort of round off a play or set up the play. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. Yeah, if we had come up though, if we had come up to tap 192.4, and we still could though, we still could, we very well still could. And to be honest, that would be the perfect move here. If we just pushed up quick, right, the faster the better. If we pushed up quick, tap 192.4, then came back down, we closed bearish. Yeah, so we closed bearish below. I mean, even below here is not bad. But we had a bearish phase. Could that push be a retracement? What do you mean? Like the push up? Like the push up, or which push do you mean is the retracement? The push up? Okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what that's what I think it is. Retracement is pullback, right? That's the same thing. Just terminology wise, right? It's the same thing, right? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I do think this is a temporary push up. I mean, again, we need those closures to really confirm that. Yeah, so yeah, I do think this is just a pullback. I do think it's temporary, but we would need the closures below here, I'd say, to confirm it, right? Once we close below here, then it's pretty much confirmed, right? And then we can take the sells going down. But again, with gold, not gold, with GJ, it does this funny thing where it'll sort of stall in terms of playing out with the move, especially when we're approaching a 4 hour close. And then you see how we're seeing all this volume here. So this is pretty characteristic of GJ. This is pretty characteristic of GJ. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. But I think you at the very least, you need a bearish closure below 191.46 to confirm those sells. All right, 191.46 is what? It's this, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'd say you need this closure here. Yeah, you would need that closure to really confirm it. And then we can potentially start taking those sells. 191.46. I mean, in an ideal world, this whole 4 hour candle would flip, right? So you would get a closure below 191.2. So in an ideal world, that's what you want to see. All right, that is what you want to see. Yeah, you would prefer that. You would prefer this closure here for sure. That's below there. Yeah, for sure. That would be this, right? Cool. Target. What's the target? So give me 1 second. So 30 minutes below there, so it's the same thing here. Okay. All right, so if we close, so say we close bearish below 191.46, but not below 191.2. Yeah, your target is gonna be 191.2. Right, if you close only below 191.4 here, your target would be 191.2, because then what you're looking at on the 4 hour, you're gonna be looking at a bullish closure, right? You're gonna be looking at a bullish closure on the 4, still inside the range. So what might happen is you might just come down on that new 4 hour, create this bottom wick, and then push up, all right, and then continue to push up. So at that point, your TPs or your full TPs are gonna be 191.2, right? But your vantage point would be somewhere here, right? Your vantage point would be somewhere here. All right, but if you close below 191.2, you close below 191.2, you have a bit more range to play with. You have a bit more range to play with. All right, you sort of have, yeah, you sort of have this whole range to play with here towards 190.4. Right, you close below 191.2, you sort of have that range to 190.4. Now keep in mind, that doesn't mean I'm gonna hold. If I took a position, that doesn't now mean I'm gonna hold that full position towards 190.4. right? We'll see how price, you know, forms. Right, we'll go break even where we need to, and we'll see how price forms. Most likely I would go break even here, but it depends. Yeah, maybe here. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, most likely would go break even there, or even here. Yeah, it all depends on how we close though. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Hopefully we can get a position here. Just for the sake of, you know, first position for the month. You know, it's always good to get that position after, you know, you take a loss. It's always good to get that first position. I mean, ideally you want that first position to be a dub, right? But it's always good to at least just get into that first position, a good position, I should say. I should emphasize, not just because. Don't get into the position just because. Oh. All right, let me clean up the charts real quick. Let me clean this up, just so actually no, bring that one back. That one is the, what is that? That's the 4 hour. Oh no, it's not the 4 hour. That's the 4 hour right here. Oh no, that's the daily, right? Oh no, it's not. Yeah, so why did I have that there? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let us see. 625. Yeah, as much as I would like to stay here till news, I might. I do. Wait, let me see when I need to leave though. I don't know. Can I stay here till 10? I think so, maybe. Okay, I mean, if nothing changes, I can probably stay till 10. But yeah, if nothing changes, I can probably stay till 10. I want to be here for news, but we'll see though. I make no promises. What could be the bullish criteria for gold or for GJ? For GJ, you want to see a closure above 192. Yeah, you want to see a closure above here, above 192. Bullish closure above 192. Because once you close above 192 on the 4 and the hourly, you have nowhere else to go but 192.4. All right, because you look at this range here. All right, once you close above here, or if you close above there, right, you have nowhere else to go but 192.4. right? So if you're gonna close above there, you're most likely gonna tap at least 192.4 before you drive down, or you might continue pushing up, right? So that would be the only way I take those buys, at least off rip, at least off of this closure, right? But I mean, if you end up coming down here on this hourly, right? So if you don't close below on the hourly, you close respecting here, you create a bottom wick, then close bullish on the hourly, then we might be able to, or well, yeah, I probably wouldn't take any buys inside the range. Maybe, but yeah, let me not go too far ahead. But basically right now, for us to take buys, you know, with this closure, we need this candle to basically flip in 3 minutes here, flip, close bullish above here, and then we'll take buys towards 192.4. But right now, I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, keep in mind, if you close bullish here, this 4-hour mic still close bullish respecting it. To be honest, there's a high chance, or it's more probable that that's how we're gonna close, right? So I mean, if you're closing bullish here but still respecting this resistance, let me see. Yeah, I mean, you would need sort of a confirmation to drive up. You would need a confirmation to drive up, because I mean, yeah, you understand that, okay, you're closing bullish but you're still respecting that resistance. You've tapped into that level of rejection, so most likely you need a bottom wick to drive up, right? So if you do close bullish like this, I'd probably wait for a bottom wick down here, right? I'll probably wait for a bottom wick down there and a bullish closure on at least the 30, right? At least the 30. Yeah, let's see what happens though. You might actually close respecting here, but like I said, GJ tends to do this. The last few minutes, it just starts to, you know, it starts to fix itself up for positions. We'll see what happens. Gold trickling its way down here as well. Okay, it's just not bad. It's not bad. It looks like you might close, or most likely will close bearish here, but you're gonna close inside this range over here, which is not my preferred range to close in, but we'll see. I tell you what though, as long as you close respecting here, we don't have any sells off rip, not off rip anyways, because that's this level, right? Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. But as long as you close respecting that, you don't have, your sells are not immediate. You're gonna have to wait for some closures, or at least a pull, at least a top wick, and then a drive down. Let's see. And yeah, with this type of trading, right, where like you're waiting for some, like, a lot of things, exact things to happen before you take your position, you will end up, quote unquote, missing some moves, right? You will miss some moves, but you know, that's why the position has a high win rate, right? That's, sorry, not the position, the strategy, right? That's why we have a high win rate, because we, at least once you're doing everything by the book, it's you're usually taking A+ setups. Looks like we're gonna close respecting some levels here. Okay, all right, so we're about to close on the hourly on the 4 as well. Okay, this is an interesting closure. This is an interesting closure. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close. All right. So you just closed right there. You closed below support, below resistance. So you close below that level. Close no bottom wick. Well, you have a bottom wick. It's a terrible bottom wick, but it is a bottom wick. It's almost non-existent, but it is a bottom wick. Yeah, can I even consider this a bottom wick though? So we closed no bottom wick, sort of respecting this level here. I mean, we're definitely respecting this level here, right? On the hourly. Yeah, now we're coming up no top wick. For me to take a wick entry here, we need to come up to 192.4. I'll take a wick entry for sure. But at this point I can't take a sell right now, because what could happen here, right? Because I understand this 4 hour did still close bullish. All right, so now we flipped. What could happen here is you come down, tap this level, continue to push back up, right? That's a possibility. That is a possibility, but we did close respecting this level here. So and now you made a top wick towards that level. Okay, this one closed, rejected. Okay, yeah, I'm still keen on the sells, but we need an entry. We need a trigger candle, so to speak. We need something. The gun is loaded, we just need something to shoot. The gun is loaded, we just need something to shoot. Okay, let's see how this 5 minute closes. Let's see how this 5 closes. Yeah, if we can close below on the 5, I'll look to take these sells. Let's see, 30 there. Interesting. Okay, drove down from that level. So this is what I'm looking at. All right, cool. Let's see how this 5 closes. Let's see how this 5 closes. Down to this level. Okay. Yeah, if we can close bearish on this 5 without tapping this level, we'll take these sells. But keep it in mind. So now our stops, right? Our stops would have to be, because if you flip here, you're gonna come up and tap this level minimum, right? You're gonna tap this 4 hour level here minimum, right? And if our position is wrong, right, so 192.386 would be where, yeah, if you start closing above here, we're most likely wrong and we're driving up. So our stops would sort of have to be at these highs here. Cool. 35, tap here. So vantage point is about 15 pips off, not bad. All right, let's see. Yeah, close. Now we tap in here. If we're gonna drive down anyways. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see how this 5 closes in about a few seconds here. Let's see how this 5 closes in a few seconds. Oh my goodness, my terminal is not even open. Crazy. Absolutely brazy. Amateur hour over here. There we go. 195. What is that? 192.522. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Close. So we close respecting, so I'm not getting in. We close respecting, so no positions for me just yet. But Nah, so no positions just yet. No positions just yet. No positions just yet. We closed respecting, so now I want to see a top wick. And we're coming up on that 5, no bottom wick. Yeah, I mean, if you take out those lows, you might drive down, but I'm not willing to take it. I'm not gonna take that, not yet. 4 hour close bearish. Yeah, because right now what I'm seeing here is you might just come down here for only a bottom wick, right? So you do still have that vantage point. If you take out these lows on the 4, that volume might drive you down, right? That volume might drive you down. If we closed below here, I would take that immediately, right? I would take it as soon as we took out these lows. But yeah, once we take out these lows, we might drive down, but I'm willing to miss that though. I'm willing to miss that for a better entry. Or well, it would be the same entry, just it would be more confirmed, to be honest. It's a more confirmed entry, really. Let's see. Yeah, that 4 hour come down. You got your level here. Okay. Level about 13 pips. 13 pips, not bad. All right, let's see. How did the gold close? Gold closed. Wow. Oh, did we drive down? Oh, no. Never mind. It's the same thing. Yeah, so gold closed. Yeah, we closed above on gold respecting. So I mean, the 4 hour looks good on gold, to be honest, to drive down and at least create a bottom wick towards this level here, right? We do look like if we flip here, we're most likely gonna make that bottom wick. Let me see, 30-minute. So that's your high. You flip on this candle. Let me see. You take out these lows. That's 11 pips. Not bad. Yeah. So you also have a potential sell on gold. If you take out these lows, you got a 11 pip vantage point here. All right. You do have an 11 pip vantage point because this 4 hour we did close inside this range, but you could play the bottom wick, right? So even if you're gonna drive up here, it's possible that you are gonna make this bottom wick first, right? Even if you are gonna drive up. So if you take out those lows, you take out those lows, this is about a 15-16 pip range. That might do it for you. Okay, so we're gonna stick to GJ for now though. Let's see how this 5 closes. Let's see how this 5 closes. If this 5 doesn't close below, we'll go to gold and see if we can take the flip of gold. But for now, we're gonna look at this. Yeah, we're gonna pay attention to GJ here. Okay, so that's minimum, right? Okay. All right, let's see. Got a minute for the closure. Can we close below? We need a closure below and a top wick, and we're in. As soon as we have a top wick, so we need a closure below, a top wick. Not much of a top wick. We don't need too much of a top wick, but we need a top wick, and then we take out these lows and we're in the position. All right, let's lock in 40 seconds. Man. My back hurts, dog. Okay, 20 seconds. Let's see. 1 and 2.5. 2.5. Okay, 8 seconds. And don't close without a bottom wick. All right, cool. All right, we like the closure. We need to take out those lows and we'll be in there. We take out those lows and we will be in there. 2.529. I mean, you can have a sell stop there, but I don't have a sell stop. I'm just gonna manually execute. Yeah, the sooner we take out those lows, the better, to be honest. The sooner the better. Let's see though. Okay, we're coming down and almost, not quite. And all right, boom. So right there, I just took a sell. Just took a sell right there. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So we're in the position here. We're driving down. We're making our way down. You got a vantage point. So my vantage point in terms of going BE here would be either. So we either gonna see, or we're either gonna wait for a tap into 191.3 here, right? Into either a tap into 191.3 or a 15-minute closure, right? If we get a 15-minute closure, I'd say above 191.35, I'll wait for a bottom wick and go BE. But for now, we're looking at managing this at 191.3. So that would be around here, right? Okay. All right. So now you just, where you just tapped, you actually just tapped into a level where you might see some rejection, and actually you are seeing some rejection now. So you just tapped into the level where you might see some rejection. I mean, it's a 5-minute level only. It's not really a level on the higher time frames. Hence why I didn't manage off of that level, right? We are sort of playing higher time frames here, so we'll see. Yeah. If we end up not tapping into okay, so we're coming down here. So we might just tap. Did we tap? Nope, not yet. We're pushing down potentially. Okay, take out those lows. Okay. 15, nope. Okay. All right, so I mean, it looks like that level is sort of holding. It does look like the level is sort of holding, but yeah. So I mean, we are playing higher time frames here. We are playing higher time frames, but what I would say is, if this 15 doesn't close above, or if this 15 closes above 191.39, right? If we close above 191.39 before we can come and tap the BE levels here. Okay, boom. So we just tapped BE levels. So right there, I'm gonna go BE, make this a risk-free trade, right? I'm gonna go BE right there, make this a risk-free trade. I mean, full TPs. Actually, I'm gonna wait for this 15-minute to close first before I manage the position. I'm gonna wait for this 15-minute to close. So 15-minute closes in 40 seconds. If we close respecting 191.2, I'm gonna just close the position. If not, I'll just move my stops into profit. Okay, so we're coming down here. Full TPs right now are 191.1. 191.1. Okay, so 10 seconds for a closure. Looks like we might close respecting here. All right, so we close 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So we close respecting, open no top wick. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move my motherfucker. Okay, yeah, if we flip on that candle, all right, boom. So boom, I just moved my stops up there. I just moved my stops to that top of that 1-minute candle. If we drive down, we drive down. TPs are over here at 191.1. If we drive down, we drive down. If not, c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. C'est la vie. And looks like we're okay. Boom. So that's that trade right there. That's that trade right there. So quick little how many pips was that? That was about, let me see, 10. Show you on my screen. So quick little trade right there. Quick little trade right there. So that was about 20 pips. That was about 20 pips. So nothing crazy, nothing crazy, but respectable. All right, cool. So I do think we're gonna continue pushing down here though. But you see how we closed bullish here? We did close bullish here. We're now tapping this level, so I sort of had to manage that position right there. The only thing that would have kept me in this trade was if we closed below, right? So if we closed below 191.2, I would basically wait for this top wick to happen, right? I mean, I would have kept my stops at BE, waited for this top wick to happen, and then we would have the potential to flip and continue driving down to full TPs, right? Which was 191.1. But yeah, you see how we respected, and now we're seeing this pullback. Yeah, I mean, we most maybe we would have been safe here. We might have been safe. Our positions might have still been safe, our BE. But hey, a bird in hand, as they say, right? You gotta manage according to your strategy. But yeah, that's gonna be it though. That's gonna be it. We starting September off with a nice little window, so that's never a bad thing. I actually pulled back, bring back my level. Bring that back. All right, there you go. Yeah, we're starting September off with a win. Starting off the month off with a win. That's nice. That's always a good thing. Okay. Let's see. Monthly trades taken. So that was GJ. And I haven't left quite yet. I'm gonna look at gold, because I think gold was forming a little bit. But yeah, so that was GJ. How many pips was that? I said 20, but it doesn't really seem like 20. Doesn't really seem like 20. 0.4. That was 13 pips. 13 pips, not 20 pips. 13 pips. So that was 13 pips. Not bad. Decent start to the month. Stream record, overall record improves to 44. And yeah, man, that's wild one. So hey, we took that big L last month, but slowly but surely you're gonna see this graph turn around. Don't worry about it. Slowly but surely you're gonna see this graph start to push up. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me on GJ, at least for the rest of the day or the session. I do think you are yeah, I mean you do still look good to drive down. Yeah, took partials, yeah, for sure, man. It's always best to at least take partials, right? Especially once you close respecting the level, it's always best to at least take partials, at least get some type of profit, right? Because I mean, if we held this position right now, most likely we would tap BE, right? Most likely we would tap BE, but yeah, better to be out of the trade and then look for a potential another trade potentially. Actually, while I'm here, while I keep on forgetting to put in my let me fill my journal, man. Let me put this into the journal. Okay, so it's not like y'all are just looking at nothing. So that was what is today? The 3rd. It's the 3rd. That was GJ. All right, that was GJ session New York time was that 9 o'clock? Not really. So we got in off of this 5 closer, right? So that was 9:05. Well, 9:10 really. So 9:10 breakout. Okay, you see how we closed no top wick there with this 5, no top wick, we pushing up. High chance we're gonna flip on this candle. Oh well, no, let me not say that. Let me not say that, because the 30 is still open. So if you flip on the 30, you might drive up. So yeah, if you close bearish on this 30, you probably are gonna continue your push down, right? You're probably gonna continue your push down, but for now we're, you know, we've taken our trade there. We've taken our trade there. So now we have to wait for a new move to, you know, form. But if this 5 closes bearish, you might drive down because you close no top wick here, and it looks like volume is to the downside, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, man, back to, let me see, back to what I'm filling out here. Oof. All right, so let me see, that was what, 9:05 or 9:10? All right, 9:10, those were sells. Entry was a breakout of current highs, lows. 5-minute. Full lots. What was my lots? 0.29, I think. Yep. 0.29. Boom. Pips 13, right? 13 pips. We made about nothing much. A little light something. Little $26. Little light something. Nothing much. All right, cool. All right, starting off September nicely here. Starting off September nicely. Hopefully that continues, but we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. I just want to see how this 9:30 is gonna close. I want to see how it, I mean, I probably won't take a position with the 9:30 close. Probably wouldn't take a position regardless, because we got news at 9:45. But yeah, gold is forming pretty nicely here. You see, yeah, you see our move played out on gold too. Yeah, we would have had a double whammy right there. Double whammy. I don't know. I don't even know what whammy means, bro. I'm just saying shit. Yeah, would have had a double right there. Yeah. So yeah, we flipped on that 4, right? Like we said, right? We flipped on the 4 and look exactly where we tapped into, right? Tapped in for that bottom wick. At this point, it's we're in limbo. We might drive up, we might drive down. We don't know. You want to see closures now. You want to see closures. Yeah, let's see what this 30 is saying. Let's see how that 30 closes. I mean, if the 30 closes below, I mean, why wouldn't we take a sell is my question, right? And the only answer to that question would be because we have news in 15 minutes, right? That would be the only thing. All right, if we didn't have news, I would I be willing to take that? Because I mean, it is a 4-hour level. Yes, I would. I definitely would. I mean, the news is far away technically, because we got news at 9:45. So we get that 9:30 closure bearish below. I'm gonna have to think about it, but we'll see. Yeah, if it's a convincing closure though. Yeah, let's see how we close. Let's see how we close on this 30. If it's a convincing closure. Let me see. We close below here. What is this range? Let's see. What is this range right here? This is 20 pips. That's not terrible. That's not terrible, is it? Okay. Que. All right. Let's see what gold is gonna cook up here. Let's see what gold is gonna cook up here. All right, so current profit is what? I mean, we're a little bit less in drawdown, so 25. Hey, about 25, something like that. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, so I mean, this is why we took our profits where we did, right? This is why we took our profits where we did, because I mean, just look at the closures, right? This hourly basically closed no bottom wick, right? More or less. I mean, if you zoom in really hard and squint your eyes, then you can find the bottom wick right there. But for an hourly candle, that's almost nothing, right? So it basically closed no bottom wick at a support. Yeah, so I mean, if this candle flips, if this 30-minute candle ends up closing bullish, you might have a play for the buys as well, no cap. But that would be above here though. You would need to close bullish above here. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens though. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not you know, I'm not hunting for any moves, so I'm not gonna take anything unless it's really clean. We already had our trade for the day, so if it's not pristine, I'm not gonna take it. Probably not gonna take it. All right, let's see what happens. 30-minute closure in a few seconds here. 30-minute closure in a few seconds. Yeah, this could be the move now. If we close bearish below here, this could actually be the move. See, very low here maybe. There's this and there's this, right? Okay, so there goes your closure. That's a beautiful open too. Yeah, this might be the move. This might actually now be the move. All right, before we take this flip, I am willing to take this flip for the sells, to continue the sells. But before we take those, I want to see I want to see this hourly candle basically flip bullish and create a steeper top wick. If we can get this top wick towards this level, then flip on the 30, I'll take the flip. I'll take the flip, but your vantage point is different at that point, right? Your vantage point becomes this right here. All right, your vantage point is about, let me see. Your vantage point now is about 10 pips. It's not bad. Yeah, it looks like you're about to flip now though. Looks like you're about to flip now though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a little bit too, I'm a little bit cautious here. I am a little bit cautious here. Yeah. I am a bit cautious here. Yeah, nah. I would like to see that top wick first, because if you reject it off that level here, if we reject it off that level here, it makes sense that that's where we would see a top wick, right? Unlike Wagwan broski. Nah, Rooks pulled up a little. He pulled up earlier. He was here earlier. Mans was here earlier. All right, that 30-minute closer on gold as well, respecting that support. Right, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have anything here. We got nothing here. We got no entries right now. I mean, I'll stay for this 5-minute close. Let's see how this GJ closes on the 5. If we can make this top wick, if we can make this top wick on this 5 on GJ, we can make this top wick close bearish. I'll take the break of the lows for the sell to continue to continue the sells. But for now, yeah, for now we gotta wait. BRB, I'm about to pull out in a bit, brother. I'm about to, hey yo, no diddy, but yeah, I'm about to hop off in a bit though, so there might not be anything to be right back to, but we'll see. As much, I mean, I might as well stay for news, right? Because I mean, news is so close. 9:45, 10. Yeah, might as well stay, I guess. Yeah, I might as well stay for news. I'm gonna stay for news. I'm gonna stay till 10. Why not? They don't need me. They don't need me there yet, I don't think. All right, yeah, pushing down on the 30. Yeah, man, I wanted that steeper top wick. I wanted that steeper top wick. You are driving down here, but I wanted that steeper top wick. Yeah, right there we would have been BE. If we took the position, if we took the flip, it would have been BE right here. You might continue driving down, to be fair. All right, take out that 4. You take out that 4-hour lows. Where are we driving down to? Probably around here, no? Which is also the hourly level. So how many pips is this? Yeah, 14, not bad, but Can't really take that now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. This second go around could just be the main move, right? It could just be the main push down now. So we'll see. We will see. I mean, it's looking like it is. F5 closed. Respecting. At F5 closed, respecting, driving down. Boom. So there you go. There's your, yeah, you should continue pushing down towards this level now. I don't know why you wouldn't tap this level. There you go. Boom. I still haven't tapped, but I think you will. Just this here, so that's this, yeah. Rabata. Gbpjpy. All right, news in 15-minute closer and news in about 8 minutes here. So yeah, the flip there would have been nice. The flip there would have been nice. That would have been a pretty nice move here, about 30 pips in. That would have been a pretty nice move. But yeah, we needed that steeper top wick, man. I would have preferred that steeper top wick. I would have preferred that steeper top wick. Yeah, I mean, this candle closed no bottom wick, so we're gonna continue that drive down. Looking to the left, it would make sense that we would at least come back and tap this level here. All right, 30. See the 30. 30 did close below. Yeah. We had a similar closure here as well. We came all the way up there. So yeah, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. It is what it is. Looking left though. Ooh, would have been this, right? Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah, so I mean, nothing it's not like nothing if it was not your entry, then hey, even if this drives down for 500 pips, it wasn't my entry, right? So I couldn't have taken it, right? It's not like I just didn't take my entry. So if it's not an entry, it's not an entry. That's pretty much it, right? I mean, I guess what's happening here is you're probably rejecting off this level instead, because you do have a level here and you have rejected off of this to fill this range down. I actually didn't see this, but yeah, this wouldn't have mattered, to be honest. I would have still waited for that steeper top wick. I would have still waited for a steeper top wick, but yeah, c'est la vie. That's how the cookie crumble. That's how the cookie crumble. Because if you look to the left, right, I mean, look at this position. This is very similar, no? You have a middle, I said middle. You have a bearish closure here, no bottom wick. Bearish closure here, no bottom wick, right? Look where you came up for that top wick over here, right? So I mean, minimum, I would have expected if you're gonna come up and reject like this, if you didn't push down off of this, you didn't hit TPs off this initial push down, I would have expected us to create that top wick at this level, but we did not. We did not. And hey, this is a very good example of what I was saying before, right? You have to weigh your odds, right? Because I mean, if I saw this level, then I would have had the option of, okay, am I just gonna wait for a top wick here and then wait for the and then take the position, right, with the potential of seeing that drawdown towards this level, or am I gonna wait for a tap into this level? This is what I did. I waited for this. I waited for a tap into this level, and we ended up, you know, driving before we tapped into that level. So you weigh the scales, and you know, you decide what you're willing to you know, what you're willing to tolerate. You willing to tolerate some drawdown, or you willing to tolerate quote unquote missing the move? I mean, in our case, we didn't even see the move. Well, we saw the move, we just didn't see that level. But yeah, now we're falling. Now we're really falling there. Yeah, GJ, you cheeky bastard. Yeah, gold drove down as well. Gold drove down as well pretty nicely here. 30, did that 5 close bearish? Yes, it did. Close bearish below 515. Okay, so a lot of, I mean, we got volume here. At least we got volume here. We got news in a bit. Got news, so potentially we might see a second trade here, potentially, because we do have volume, and news is about to hit as well. News is about to hit as well. That's why. Okay. Yeah, it's looking at these levels. Actually, I'll put that back. Put that back there. Just looking at these levels. Okay, so now we're driving. Now we're really driving here. Yeah, so this is the drive down we wanted to see, right? This is that drive down we wanted to see when we took our trade, but we came up for some more liquidity before driving down, unfortunately. All right, let's see. If you see this 15 close below, if we see that 15 close below here, nah, never before news. Never before news. I would, if I'm taking a position around news, I'm taking it 5 minutes after news. So I wait for a 5-minute candle to close, and then I take my position. All right, never before, because news can do anything. News can do absolutely anything. So you wanna be careful. You wanna be careful, you know. If they a bomber clock news where they do anything, you know. A bomber clock news. All right, news about to drop in 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Okay, interesting. Let's see how this news comes out. Well, really, this is yeah. I mean, I don't even like the range now, because I mean, full TPs would have been right there, which is where we just tapped into. So I don't like the range we're coming into right now. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that range, to be honest with you. Not a fan of that range. I want to close below, to be fair. Yeah. All right, let me clean this up. Let's see, clean that up. We come up, we might see this. So we got tap there, that drove us down, right? So this, okay, so that's driven us down in the past. Held support as well. I did this 15 close, so 15 close respecting here. All right, so news just dropped. Doesn't look like news is doing much. News dropped negative, so gold should be flying up, yeah, but we're not flying up at all. Well, we're moving up, not flying up. We're moving up though. We're asking, you shall receive, I guess. Never mind. No, we're not. All right, so it might, I mean, we have another news. We have we have news again at 10, right? We got this news that just dropped. 945 was negative for the dollar, so gold should be pushing up. But we have another news at 10, so we're most likely gonna wait for that as well. Curious to see how this 5 closes though. Yeah, not much. News isn't really doing much. Yeah, price action is still in control here. Cause we are still pushing to the downside. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this 5 closes. Let's see. Look at GJ, huh? Look at GJ. Wow. Yeah, so that's a clean. So you see, from our morning analysis, now we're making that steeper bottom wick, right? And now where are our what's it called? Potential level of targets, right? Where are our targets? Is these ranges down here, right? That'll be this range down here for the monthly. All right, you've made your steeper bottom wick now, or you're about to make your steeper bottom wick. Yeah, that's a 4-hour level as well. No, yep. Yeah, so if we tap this level, I'm pretty much done for GJ. I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm gonna have to wait and see how price forms again. That's pretty much, yeah, because that was my overarching move, right, for the day. That's what I was looking for, that monthly candle to do, that daily candle. That's what I was looking for it to do. Now we're tapping to this level. Yeah, so at this point, GJ can do anything. We might start to reject off this level. We might continue to drive down like we are right now. I mean, you do have a 4-hour level here as well. Might continue to push through. Man, you see, GJ is a dickhead, man. It could have done this when we took ourselves, right? And look at where our positions were, man. We were all the way up here. So it would have been nice. It would have been nice, but no. Wanted to make a pullback like a dickhead. Saying, yeah. Let's see. 5 minute about to close here. Yeah. I'm not taking anything on GJ. Not right now. I'm pretty much done for GJ because that's my move, right? That's the move I was looking for. That's what I was looking for that monthly to do, that weekly. So now that we're tapping into that level, you know, we might continue pushing down. Potentially we might, but we might also reject, right? I mean, we're holding support. That 5 minute close respecting that exact level too. So you would expect a pullback here unless, you know, the volume from news might just be that strong. Okay, we're flipping again. Yeah, I mean, there's volume here though. There is volume. There is volume. I can't really take a position though. Can't really take a position. Yeah. I mean, things you have to take into account volume from news as well, right? So sometimes when there's a decent volume to a direction with news, sometimes you don't really need to wait for those, you know, those checks, right? Like you don't need to wait. Like sometimes, like, you know, if there's no news, I'd say, okay, for sure. I mean, we're not taking this position for sure. We're not, because this is pretty much the move we were waiting for. This is the level we were waiting for. So now we need to really see some decent closures here to know what's gonna happen from here, right? But you know, if this was just any other level, if this wasn't really too much of an important level with news, if news is showing you that, okay, we have a bunch of volume to the downside, as soon as we took out these lows, I would have taken this sell, right? As soon as we took out these lows, I would have just taken that sell towards this next level. All right. But you know, this level is too strong for me to just sort of disregard it regardless of the volume from news here. So I'm just gonna stay out of that for now. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe with the 1 o'clock closure on the 4, all right, the 1 p.m. closure might tell me something. I might be able to take some more sells, or maybe, you know, if we start eating up here, maybe take buys. We don't know. Yeah, pushing down here. Pushing down. All right, we got 7 minutes left. I doubt I'm gonna take any positions here, so I'm just gonna wait for this hourly close. Gonna wait for the hourly close, and we're gonna call it a day. Gonna call it a stream. The only thing that, because I'm not trying to now sit here and draw down, right? So the only thing that will keep me in here would be, I mean, that news drops, right? Once that news drops, if the news is in favor of price action, if we're moving in the same direction, we get a good closure, I'll take a buy or a sell, right? But you know, if it's not, if it's less than ideal, I'm gonna stay out of there, right? Because I'm not even trying to be in drawdown, because we've been here about 2 hours now, 2 hour 30 minutes, and we're creeping up on 10, and I have to dip by, I have to be out of here by 10:30, so I don't want to sit and draw down here. Let me see. Nah, man, we didn't test that because we ain't have enough. All right. Okay, so we're waiting for news here. Waiting for news. So this is one of the harder parts about trading, right? Is sitting on your hands when you're seeing all of this, right? You're seeing all this big movement here. It's hard not to just take a sell right now, right? It's hard not to just take a sell, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta sit on your hands and let price do what it do, man. You just gotta let price do what it do. Okay, all right, 5 minutes for news. Let's see what happens. 5 minutes for news. All right, let's see. Hey, anybody in the chat, if If you got anything of value today, if you took that trade, if you got anything of value, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. We're live every weekday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Watt, West African time. Sometimes more consistently than others, but you know, hopefully by the end of, at the very least next week, we should be more consistent here with the stream. We should be more consistent. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Okay, CJ eating back up here. That's the monthly. He tapped into that level on the monthly now. So let's see. Have we hit a support, and are we gonna start driving up now? So I like to call this a checkpoint level. I just made that up right now. I lied. I don't like to call it nothing. I just made that shit up right now, but it sounds good, no? It does sound good, yeah. Yeah, it does sound good. So yeah, now we've tapped into these levels. Now we gotta see what happens here. Then we gotta see what happens. I mean, the extended level would be this, right? Yeah. On the daily, it's this, and then you have this potentially. Yeah. Still respecting that level too. Yeah. If confirmations to continue this drive down, you would need to wait for this. I mean, the hourly is about to close, so that's pretty much what you're waiting for here. That's pretty much what you're waiting for here. Yeah, that's where you want to see a top wick. Where you want to see a top wick, and then you close below. Yeah. Don't never say I never drive, oh, my only self life in this jungle, oh, to the pain, to the tomatoes. And push down, or I'll just keep collapsing. 191.5. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking at the 4 hour, right? This could all just be a bottom wick, right? Because remember our overarching analysis from the morning, right? So this is the move. This move has played out now, right? We filled this range on the monthly. We could continue pushing down, but now we have the green light. If we're gonna push up, we have the green light in terms of a bottom wick. We have the green light to start to push up, right? So we don't really know what might happen here. If this was a 4 hour closure, I'd say very likely we just come up for a top wick and drive down. But at this point, with the way this hourly is about to close as well, we'll see. Don't ever say I never drive for my lonely self life in this jungle. To the pain, I stood on my toes. All right, that's the hourly closer right there. That's a good closure. Beautiful. Brazy. God damn, man. This is why we don't enter before news. So imagine someone took a sell right there, right? They're so happy on that initial jolt down, and then the candle just flipped. All right, so imagine, right? All right, so I'm looking for a top wick towards 191.1. I need a top wick towards 191.1. Okay, so news came out negative as well. So news came out negative as well. Dollar news came out negative. So really we should be driving up, but not really. Gold isn't driving up, but we should be based off of news. You might tap this level and reject. That's a possibility. God damn. Yeah, that flips bullish. That flip bullish. Let's see. Yeah, that's news. That was news. 5. Well, say I ain't never tried for my lonely self life in the down below. To the pain, I stood on my toes. Alright, so for me to take this 5, for me to take this sell here, I need that top wick to go a little bit higher and then close below, which I don't think is gonna happen on this 5. And if it doesn't, I'm out of here. Yeah, man. Looks like we're just gonna continue. Yeah, the volume is heavy here. The volume is heavy here, but yeah, it's I mean, it's the same set of things I'm looking for regardless of news, but I don't know, with news you want to be a little bit more careful. Let me see, 4. Yeah, hourly, don't want it. Yeah, plus this range isn't the best. I don't like the range per se. 15, 5. All right, let's see how this 5 closes. I would still need that top wick though. If we close below here, cool, but I would still need this top wick. I still need us to come up and basically take out these highs, and then I could take the flip towards this level here. Right? Yeah, that's the only thing I'm seeing right now. That's the only thing I'm seeing right now. We are at a pretty quote unquote dangerous level, just because, you know, this is the weekly level, right? I mean, you have the weekly wicking down here, right? So the bottom wicks, the wicks of these candles that form the level are still pushing down, so you do still technically have some range there, but you know, it's sort of treacherous waters at this point. You're moving in some treacherous waters at this point. Yeah, we're coming down. Looks like we're gonna close bearish most likely on this 5, which is cool, but I would still need that steeper top wick, man. Yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need right now. I need that. Yeah, if we tap that level, it's pretty much donezo for me. Don't ever say I never tried for my lonely self life in the jungle below. Through the pain, I stood on my toes. Yeah, that's the 4-hour level getting tapped too. Yeah, things get iffy now. Things get iffy. I ain't talking about power. Things get a little iffy. Gold flipped up. Gold flipped up. You're probably gonna drive up on gold though. It's 5 minutes on gold. Yeah, man. I would have taken a 5 on gold. I would have taken these buys, but we're a little too in terms of price action. I mean, news is for the buys, right? News is to the top side, but price action, I'd prefer if both were on the same side. So yeah, I'm not gonna take anything here. Yeah, I'm not gonna take anything here because news is saying buys, but price action here is telling me sells. And yeah, nothing. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna risk that. I have no clear vision of what's gonna happen there, so I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just let that go. GJ looks like we're gonna flip here, probably drive down, right? Probably gonna continue that drive down. I mean, unfortunate we couldn't take more advantage of this move, but hey, we got our 13 pips. We're gonna put that in our pocket and come back, right? Once price settles down, we'll see if we can take something, you know, later in the day or tomorrow, right? Or Asian session, right? All right, man, that's gonna be it for me. That's gonna be it for me. That's gonna be it for me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're back again. Okay, actually, tomorrow we'll see, right? If I'm not gonna be here tomorrow for New York, I might stream Asian this evening. But you know, just stay tuned in for that. Turn on that notification bell so you know when we go on live. And yeah, man, that's gonna be it for me. There is still a lot of volume here, it seems, right? It seems like there's still a lot of volume here, so you know, you could still be looking for some positions here, but as for me, that's gonna be it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always, and yeah, man, peace.